Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons Mazda. Here we have today a Mazda CX-5. This is the 2-litre Sport Nav Plus. This is a 2020 model, and this is the petrol 2-litre automatic car. Now this is presented in machine grey with the black leather interior. Now, as with all our videos, I always like to give you a little bit of background on the vehicles, where they've come from, you know, where they've been serviced, etc, etc. Now, this we've actually bought off a customer who uses us for servicing. They were in October, so yeah, last month. Had the first service, so that was done about 3 or 4 weeks ago. But they're actually leaving the country next week. I forget where now, somewhere exotic. I was quite envious. They're relocating, so we actually bought this car back, and we're super excited about having this car, because if you're looking at these and you've looked at a new one, if you were to order a new one, you'd be looking at probably about a 4-month wait for an automatic car. So this is kind of the next best thing. So we're super excited about having this, because we have lots of people asking for this type of car. So here we are, we've got something to offer them. So the car's done 10,000 and something miles. I'll get the exact mileage when we get in the car. Now hopefully from the photographs I've taken and this video, you can see how beautiful this car is. We haven't even washed it. It's come in as it is. We didn't sell the car from new. This came from Driftbridge, which is Croydon Mazda. They're another sort of local dealer, but we did do the first service on this vehicle. So look, really lovely condition. Obviously we'll fully valet the car, ready for the next keeper. Okay, now the boot needs a bit of a clean, okay, which we will do. You've got the tonneau cover, all right, and you've got these very ingenious rear seats that fold down like so. Okay, so these cars are extremely versatile, and make a superb family car. You've got ISOFIX anchorages for the 2 hours of seats. As you can see, they have been utilised on this seat here. Black leather, it's all in lovely condition. As I say, just a quick valet, a couple of hours spent on this, and it'll be like new. You've got the keep you fit, the auto tailgate, which is dead handy, especially when you've got toddlers. I find something like that wouldn't have really bothered me in the past. When I've got shopping in one hand, holding my 2-year-olds in the other, very handy. Plus I think it looks quite flash as you come out of the supermarket. But nice feature, that really nice feature. You've got these back doors that open to almost a right angle. Particular attention was given to that when designing this car. I'd imagine they had sort of young families in mind, getting people in and out of child seats, and to take, say, elderly parents out as well. So that is something that they improved over the earlier models, and I think it's a fantastic feature. Once again, something I wouldn't have thought about if I hadn't have had kids. Now you've got your centre armrest here. Oh, something there. And you've got the all-important USB USBs there, 2 USBs. That's for charging. Okay, you've got 2 more in the front for charging and for reading data, and we'll get to that in a minute. This is the Plus model car as well, so these have sunroofs and some more safety features and bits and pieces, which I'll go through. There was an option of a safety pack on the earlier cars that got you some things that are now standard on this, and then if you got the safety pack on this now, you would get like a 360 camera. This doesn't have that. This has got the rear camera, but the car is lovely. All right, so let's make our way into the vehicle. Just to point out, you've got keyless entry, so you don't have to take the key out of your pocket. You can literally push that button if the key is on your person. You've got electric windows here, wing mirrors. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-way electric seat with lumbar, and you've got 2 memory settings which you can also program your key fobs to having. So the main driver could have, well, one driver will have one key fob. As you approach the car and open the car with that, the seat will move to that position, and likewise with the second driver. So you can open your boot here as well. You've got parking sensors front and rear, and a rear camera. You've got lane departure warning, which we'll get onto that in a minute, and you've got an intelligent engine stop start, which will turn the engine off when you're stationary in traffic to ultimately be better to the environment, obviously by not burning fuel, and it'll be better on your pocket because you won't be using as much fuel. So that's a system that works seamlessly, and something you'll get used to, and as I say, it's beneficial for all. Okay, now it's very cold here today. Now we've got two keys, and I've said that because I want to put the heater on. So you've got two keys here. Now you put your foot on the brake and you press this button here. Car fires into life. What you'll notice is you've got your heads-up display here, okay, which you can adjust the height, and I'll show you that in a moment. But more importantly, let's get the heating sorted. So you've got dual zone climates. You notice they're going up in tandem, but you can have them go up individually. And you've got heated seats here, and you've also got a heated steering wheel. So I'm going to put them both on because I'm freezing. So that's that there. Now the Plus model cars have got this different fascia here, all right, than the earlier cars. And let's point out the other differences. So you've got radar cruise control. Okay, so not to be confused with the earlier cars, they won't have a button that looks like this. So the radar cruise control will track the car in front. Okay, so if you're set at 70, say for example, and up front of the car, up front slows down less than 70, your car will slow down. So you don't have to keep adjusting the speed, which I think is very good, because a lot of people won't use cruise control because they're forever adjusting it, so they'll just use, you know, the foot pedal. This way, you know, you'll get better fuel consumption, you know, you'll stick to the speed limit, and just make driving a lot more enjoyable, I suppose. Much better suited to our UK roads. I think cruise control is probably something for you know, I suppose it probably started off in America on the big open roads. So you've got radar cruise control. Okay, lane departure warning, which I mentioned earlier. So if you were to veer out of a lane without indicating, the car will warn you by a bleep or a rumble. Yeah, like a rumble, like when you hit the hard shoulder, just to say, oh, pay attention. All right, so you've got that there. You've also got blind spot monitoring. So in each wing mirror, both off side and near side, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little shaded out bit there. That will light up if somebody undertakes you or overtakes you. Okay, so it's a very good thing to have. I find it very useful, because, you know, some people don't have much lane discipline, I wouldn't say, especially on the motorway. People undertake you and bits and bobs, and it'll just give you that extra warning. So you've got that as well. And you've also got lane keep assist. So the car, you'll actually feel, as you drive down like a motorway or a dual carriageway, you might feel some sort of resistance or turning in the wheels. And what that is, that's the car keeping you in lane, okay? Which is a fabulous thing. And for example, if you took your hand off the steering wheel, and I'm not saying to do that, of course, the car will correct you twice, and then it will come up here and it will say hold steering wheel. Obviously, I've seen that. I saw that on the launch of this vehicle, but that's I'm just using that as an example to explain how that works. So safety features, there's plenty of in this car, and useful ones are not too intrusive. All right. Now, you've got the BOSE stereo. All right, you notice that? Yeah, you've got the BOSE stereo. It's a superb sound system. You've got the sunroof tilt and slide. Okay. Electric seats. You've also got electric driver's seat, passenger seat, sorry, that doesn't have the memory. You've got the steering column will go up, down, in and out. All right, you've got a 6-speed gearbox. Now, this isn't a CVT gearbox. This isn't a DSG gearbox. This is like a regular, I don't want it to sound too normal though. This is like the regular traditional automatic gearbox, where you have seamless gear changes, where the car doesn't roll back on hills, because some less conventional, let's say, automatic boxes roll back on hills. They can be a bit jerky. People don't always get on with them. This is like the conventional box, but it's 6-speed. It's quick shifting, super reliable, never known one to go wrong. And it's got a sport mode, but you can drive it manually like so. But yeah, that's like a traditional box, but with more gears and like much more responsive. So that's a really lovely feature. We have a lot of people phone up and say, have they got regular gearboxes? And yes, they do. But as I say, just a bit more advanced. I've got all the owner's manuals here. Okay, it's a one owner car, bought new by the previous owner. This here is the multimedia commander. I call it the human interface, which will operate this screen here. Now this screen is touchscreen. However, once you start moving, so this will only work when the car is stationary. Okay. Oh, look at that. Now I was unsure if this car had this. So on this app page, you've got fuel economy monitor. All right, and it will give you like an illustration of iStop, how that iStop works. So when the battery's fully charged, the aircon's not sort of putting too much load on the car, and the engine's correctly charged, that will go to ready status. And when you stop in traffic, the engine will switch off, and when you go to move away, it will then start up again. Okay, you've got vehicle status monitor. Like if your car's low on fuel or needs a service, it will all come up on there. And you've got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now, when this Plus model first came out, you didn't have that, and then you had to upgrade it. So this is the last of the of that sort of model. So that's a real feature, benefit. I don't know if you're aware, but it will connect to your Apple, your Android phone, and then you can access your apps. Run your apps through this screen. All right, control them through here. So you could use, for example, Google Maps, Waze, Spotify, and many more. Okay, so yeah, that's a real bonus. That entertainment, you've got DAB radio. For those of you who aren't familiar, I'd imagine you probably are, but you get a lot more variation. You get channels from all around the world, all genres, etc, etc. I'm sure there's something for everybody on there. And it also means if you're a sporting fan, you can listen to Talk Sport nice and clear, digitally clear. Some FM channels have been switched off and going over to DAB or exclusively, so it's kind of future-proofing things. But you do have the FM, the AM. AHA Stitcher are internet apps. I've never used them. Bluetooth, obviously, once your phone is paired up via the Bluetooth, you can stream anything from your phone. And you've got USB 1 and 2, which are in here. Okay, and you can, if you can have music on a memory card or plug in your iPod. Okay, communication, once paired up, you can access your call lists, received, dialed, phone book, and if you've got an Android phone, it will also read your text messages. Navigation, now you can use the inbuilt navigation, Mazda MZD, I believe it's branded as, which is very good. I've travelled across Europe with this. It's done me well. You put your postcode in and off you go. If you don't know a postcode, you can whittle it down by country, town, street name, etc. Okay. When you're en route, you can look for places nearby. I'm always looking for fuel stations with fuel. Well, I was a few weeks ago, and it will tell you the fuel, the company, which is good for people that have got fuel cards in case you have to use them at certain places, the direction and the distance. Now you can set up a Wi-Fi hotspot from your phone, which will also give you fuel prices. With that mobile data, you can also get live traffic updates, etc, etc. So you can use your app on your phone and mirror it on here, or you can use the inbuilt system. Okay, and it does many other things. Now this settings page, we've covered a lot in this settings page already, but I'll run through it briefly. You can adjust your heads-up display there, okay, and that will obviously be memorized with your seat setting as well. You can change the brightness, etc, etc. Display, you can turn the display off, you can turn it off and show a clock. Safety, we've covered most of this. It's also got distance recognition support system, which is to do with the radio cruise control. Smart city braking. It's got this front and rear, so if you are doing like under 20 miles an hour and you got too close to a person, a car, or maybe that wall, if the car believes you are not, there's no driver influence, so you're not turning, accelerating, braking. So scenario, I don't know, you're in stop-start traffic, you're looking out the window, you get too close to the car, person in front, boom, the brakes will be applied. Okay, it's a great thing because insurance companies recognise it, so it should reflect in your premium, because statistically a lot of accidents, I think a large majority, happen at such low speed. Blind spot monitoring we covered, lane keeping system we've covered. It's got traffic sign recognition system as well. All right, so all fantastic stuff. BOSE stereo, superb. I think we all know who BOSE is. If you don't, it's a premium sound system. They do household stuff, commercial I'd imagine as well, but they also do cars, and this is a bespoke system made for this car. BOSE center point's amazing. If you put some opera music on, you shall feel like you're in an opera house. Okay. Clock is GPS synced, so you never, it's accurate because it's set with the satellites in orbit, and you won't have to, you know, keep thinking, how do I change the clock? Okay. Vehicle settings, you've got door lock. Remember I mentioned it's got smart entry, but you've also got a walk-away lock, which I'm going to activate now, and I'm going to put the keyless lock volume on high. So what will happen now, when you walk away from the car with the keys on your person, when you're a couple of steps away from the car will recognize this and it will lock itself, and it will bleep at high volume just to say we've locked the car. And your wing mirrors will also fold in as well, so one less thing to do when you've got your little persons with you and your hands are full. I say, once again, something I wouldn't have thought was to be any use to me until I had a young family. Lighting, so you've got adaptive lights, so they will turn with the car. You've got high beam control, so you put the high beam on, and if someone comes the other way, it will dip the lights, but it will dip the lights not entirely, if not necessary. So you've got maximum vision without blinding oncoming traffic. The best way I can explain these lights are you can see more at night than you can in the day, if that makes any sense. You've got coming home lights, so the lights will stay on for 30 seconds. You can change this, of course, to give you safe access to your front door. And also when you open the car, lights will stay on till you get in the car at night, of course. So there's some really wonderful things there. There's your device sort of manager system. You can change Fahrenheit, Celsius, miles, kilometers, etc. All right, so I hope this video is informative. If there's any questions on the vehicle spec, condition, etc., please don't hesitate to ask, no matter how small. Okay, and please do try it out of hours. If it is out of hours you're looking at the car, normal working hours, don't think, oh, I'll do it in the morning. We do pick up inquiries outside working hours, not as quickly as we normally would, but sometimes yes. So, you know, even if you leave a voicemail, we do pick them up, but better still, drop us an email. Okay. Part exchange is extremely welcome, even if you don't have a Mazda or a Suzuki. We will give you the best prices for your part exchange. I know there's a lot of stuff you hear, you know, sell your car privately and get a better deal, or sell your car online to these companies and get a better deal. You'll get the best deal with your part exchange. I would say more often than not. So do your research. You know, you'll all have an idea of what your car's worth, but please give us first refusal. Okay, we like this whole buying experience to be as easy for you, as seamless and as enjoyable. Okay, so we're the one-stop shop. We have fantastic finance facilities. The car will come with a 12-month warranty, but this car's got more than 12 months manufacturers left on it, I believe. Probably more like about 2 or 18 months. As I say, it was serviced last month, but we will still put it through the workshop just to make sure everything's tickety-boo. Okay. And yes, so we have got the facilities to extend warranties for up to 3 years. Okay, so I want to thank you for watching the video, and once again I hope you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.